Well, that was quick. Maybe not quick enough. The damage might already be done, but this was just posted a few minutes ago. I saw an update from Yu-Gi-Oh! Official TCG on their Instagram pop up, and I said, what could that be? So I go to the website, and the only update here is for what are the rules for a Time Wizard tournament. So if you've been following along for the last few days, you know that Konami made an update a few days ago stating that all Time Wizard events would use current card text and game mechanics. So essentially destroying priority and GOAT and Edison formats were the only ones I think that really cared about it. And then making it to where a lot of cards where you'd have to use the eroded version. So like Goyo Guardian was out. Brain Control was a lot worse. And then a lot of the rulings would be current. You know, you wouldn't be able to use, like you could DD Crow Machina Fortress, for example, right? So anyway, there's been a lot of public outcry. I know if you've been following along, there's been a lot of stuff going on. But let's just read this together really quick. Okay, so Time Wizard events use the available cards Forbidden and Limited list rule regarding drawing on the first turn and the dueling field of the selected Time Wizard format. Okay? They use the available cards, format and Forbidden and Limited list, rule regarding drawing on the first turn, and the dueling field of the selected Time Wizard format. Okay? New. Time Wizard events will use the game mechanics and card text of the era in question at the NAWCQ 2025. Boom. Already. Insane. They rolled it back. This is an update to an earlier FAQ. In the future, we will offer the TCG version of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel's time travel format, which uses current mechanics, card text, but older card pools. Both Time Wizard and Time Travel will be offered at the OTS level. So what this is talking about, I don't know, if you play Master Duel, they did a time travel format where they did I believe they did a GOAT version. I know they did an Edison version because I logged on that weekend. Didn't like it because I didn't like the new card text of a lot of stuff. I mean, it's a different card pool, slightly different card pool because a lot of stuff just isn't playable. But yeah, so it looks like they're going to be offering that time travel format as an option in future OTS level events, which is cool. I thought when all this came out, I wasn't like, oh my God, people are stupid for wanting to play this. Okay, it's a what if format. It's probably easier for people that are getting into the game now, but are still interested in maybe doing some of these older formats. Because it's easier for them to understand the rules. There's not a ton of rule differences. There's not a ton of, game mechanic differences and stuff. But for all the people who grew up playing Edison or who just love the older formats or who are returning players, or even those who started playing Advanced, but then got into Edison and started understanding the format for what it is and liked it for what it is. This was a crazy idea. So, that Master Duel time travel format is fine for people that want to try it. I think it's cool to have those kind of what ifs. What if we played with current card mechanics and game mechanics and rulings, but with an older card pool? Sure, do that all you want. But it was the idea of them forcing everyone into it that obviously a lot of people had an issue with. I mean, just looking at the reaction, multiple big Yu-Gi tubers, I think Simo was talking about it, Ruxin was talking about it. They did a video together, if I'm not mistaken. Gage Nim was really pissed about it. And then there's people like E3 Yu-Gi-Oh, like Keegan, who is, literally scheduled an RBET, found a venue. I was watching his live stream when all this was happening the night of, and he found a venue, secured a venue 25 minutes away from where the WCQ is going to be held. And it was already selling out today. I think it had a 256 cap, and I want to say that it did cap out today. That's not confirmed, but yeah, this is insane. So someone at Konami USA is paying attention to the people, the community, I guess. And I apologize. This is stream of consciousness. I just saw this update and I was like, I have to record a video. I've already been blowing up my group chats being they rolled it back. Transaction rollback, bro. But yeah, this is just insane. I'm glad that someone is paying attention. Someone is listening. And I did kind of want to talk about this a little bit. I think that maybe they realize that this is going to hit their bottom line because a lot of people were talking about this as just being a cash grab, right? And I was watching MBT, Joseph's video earlier, where he was kind of watching He watched Sonny's video about this, and then he watched Joshua Schmidt's kind of like stream of consciousness stream about this. And one of the things he pointed out, which I think could very well be a motivating factor, is like it's just money. I mean, Konami's billion-dollar corporation, like they're huge. Most of the decisions that they're going to be making are going to be based off of money. Like they've got shareholders. They're a big conglomerate. They want to make money. So a lot of his points, I think, were important in looking at like the motivations behind this, of like they don't want people to play these old formats because they're afraid that those old formats won't stick around, or like there's a finite resource because the card pool doesn't change, right? You know, they've done all the rarity collection, you know, reprints of like all the old staples and stuff for the majority of them. Like we just got Magical Android in the new Battles of Legends set that just came out. And it's just it's like when you think about it that way, it's like, okay, they've kind of like they've done all the reprints they needed to do. They've gotten all the like money and like milked out all the money out of people that are going to be playing Edison format. So now, you know, let's make this rule update and kind of like usher people in and make it like a stepping stone to just playing advanced, right? They just want every Yu-Gi-Oh player to play advanced, because that means they're going to be buying the new products that come out, right? You know, you're not going to be buying every new product if you just play Edison. But what they failed to realize is that there's a lot of players that just wanted to play these old formats. And here's the thing, they can keep doing reprints, you know, if they just sprinkle them out here and there, like, oh, now we're going to do a reprint of this, you know, expensive card and maybe put it in a new rarity. There's a lot of Edison people that like the QCR rarity, and so they picked up all the QCRs of stuff. Like, they can keep doing that, you know, now they're done with QCRs, but they're doing like Starlights again. They could do Starlights of like JD and Dad, and like people are gonna buy those cards, right? I think their decision was just very short-sighted to try to like change the rules like this and force everyone to play it. And the community was not happy about it, and the community was spoken out, and them talking about the boycotts of the events, and then just the organization of the community to run these grassroots events like RBET and all the people that came out of the woodwork. Like, I love that, because that is how you get a company's attention, right? You hit them where it hurts, in the wallet, by saying, hey, we're not going to attend these events if you do this, and we're going to just play our own events, and, you know, rules be damned. You know, and our store doesn't care about keeping OTS status. We'll run events how we want them to, right? So I think the last thing I want to talk about with this, because first of all, I think this is a great change. This feels very much like an everybody wins scenario, which I did not think was going to happen. If I'm being honest, I didn't expect there to be this sort of change. I thought maybe they would wait and see how the turnout was at the NAWCQ, and then if it was poor, then they would consider rolling it back. But this was awesome. I think this is what should have happened. It's kind of an everybody wins situation. Excuse me. The last thing I want to say is, well, now I'm blanking out. I don't remember what I was going to say, but everyone go play the WCQ, win you a giant card, play some Edison format. It's going to be fun. Or attend the RBET. I mean, if you want to stand in solidarity, I know Keegan spent a lot of time getting that organized already, and people are hopping on that. You know, I haven't seen any updates about that yet, and I'm sure he'll probably make some sort of update soon regarding if people are still going to be attending the event. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to hop on and make this video, just kind of stream of consciousness, but I'm stoked for this. I'm glad that they decided to roll this back and kind of make everyone happy. But what do you think about this? I'm going to pass priority back to you. Let me know in the comments. See ya.